Now, you're watching Wave 3 News Listens Live.
And it is a celebration.
With your host, Jon Ramsey.
And thank you so much for joining us on the Wednesday edition of Wave 3 Listens Live. Certainly we are dead set right in the middle of the holiday season, and there's a couple of things I know you want to enjoy during the holidays. One is you want to be able to smile and laugh with your family and friends. Number two, you probably want to be able to enjoy the foods that you love. You can do both of those with Freedom Mini Dental Implants. I'll get it out there. I'm joined once again by Dr. Regan Ackerman. Dr. Ackerman, it's a mouthful. Freedom Mini Dental Implants.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you so much.
You got it.
All right, I want to take these items one by one because it really is what you're all about.
Yes.
We talk about the importance of a smile and the first impression, and I think that, you know, being self-conscious about your smile and what it can do to your self-image, that's very real.
It's very real. I see it every day with all my patients that come in. You know, they're embarrassed to smile. They're, you know, embarrassed to eat foods in front of people because they're afraid their dentures are going to fall out, or they're missing teeth, or can't chew with their back teeth and things like that. So that's where you know, when they come see me and I'm able to help them, and it's life-changing to see people and their confidence, you know, when they're able to smile again and not like cover their mouths or be embarrassed to go to family functions and things like that. It is extremely life-changing to be able to give somebody a denture that stays in, or permanent teeth, or you know, fix that missing tooth in the front that they've been missing for so long.
Yeah, and this time of year, it's more prevalent than ever. You want to be able to get in those holiday pictures, and you want to feel good about your smile, and that's okay. But secondly, and I think this is important as well, is to be able to enjoy the foods that you love, because a lot of foods with a lot of crunch, they don't go well with denture glue and all that stuff.
No.
Yes.
I always say, do not wish a denture upon my worst enemy. You know, just a regular denture, because they go through tubes of denture glue, and they still don't stay in. And like you said, they go out to restaurants and they can't eat what they want to eat. They have to pick certain things off the menu, and they're just miserable, and they don't go to those family functions. And like you said, this time of year is, you know, time to be with family and friends, and a lot of our functions revolve around food. And so, you know, be able to have a snap-in denture with the mini dental implants, or the permanent teeth with the mini dental implants, can be life-changing and change your confidence, your social, you know, experience, and with family and everything.
Something else that is obvious this time of year is that we all have a budget.
Yes.
And I think it's important to know Freedom Mini Dental Implants are, from what I understand, about half of what you're accustomed to with the old method. This is great. Back in the old days, and I love this comparison, if you had your appendix, if you had appendicitis, they had to cut you open, and it was very extensive and a long healing time. Now they do it with a laser. This is kind of what you're all about, and it's a lot less expensive.
The laser version of implants, exactly. You know, when I place these implants, I do not have to make any incisions or stitches. You know, the healing time is a lot less invasive. We always say less costly. And the mini implants can be a good option for people that weren't candidates for the surgical implants too. They didn't have enough bone, or they were told they had to have bone grafts and sinus lifts. So you're exactly right, a lot less invasive. They're just a smaller diameter version of the surgical implants.
Yeah, they're quick, you know, everything's positive, less invasive, there's no pain, just a little prick of a needle to numb you up, and you can walk out of there with teeth that you feel really confident about, and that you can eat the foods that you love. Before we go to the phones, we always have questions, because I think everyone has a loved one who's suffered through this, who's tired of all the denture glue, or maybe missing a tooth or two, and they're saying, I want to do something about this. So the new year is the time to do it. Okay, no more procrastinating. We're coming upon a new year. Let's make a difference. Let's be able to, in the next year, be able to pose for all the pictures you want to be in, and enjoy the foods that you love.
Great New Year's resolution to make. You know, a lot of people have been thinking about it for a long time. They're either nervous to come in, or they're embarrassed, or they're worried about cost and money and things like that. The consult to come see me is free. All you have to do is pick up the phone, make an appointment, and, you know, I'll do an exam, the consult, and an x-ray, and it's all no charge. And you can, you know, find out what your options are and the cost. So there's no excuse not to call and come see me and make it your New Year's resolution.
Yeah, and before we show the models here, and we'll show you kind of how it works, also want to let you know that we always like to do the before and after pictures. And I love this because you mentioned when we opened up the show, life-changing.
Yes.
And it truly is, not only with confidence, but makes you younger looking, because if you're wearing dentures, you can get that sunken look, you can have wrinkles.
Yes.
And I think your pictures really show you look, I mean, I've seen people look a decade younger.
10 years younger.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about Teresa.
Yeah, this is Teresa. When she came to me, you know, honestly, she had dentures, and she hardly ever wore them.
Uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. She's like, I only wear them when I go to work, and I spit them out immediately when I walk through the door. They gag me. I hate them. You know, she was just miserable, and she was, you know, kind of becoming a hermit at home because she didn't want to go out.
See, that's sad. That's how it can really progress
exactly,
to that point.
Exactly. Yeah. And then, so we did the snap-in dentures for her, upper and lower.
Look how much younger.
And yeah, and just to hear her come back, you know, when she came back, it was just, I think both of us were almost crying because she was so happy. And she just said now she wears them 24/7. She's so much more confident. You know, she can eat so many more foods that she didn't eat before, so she feels like she's a lot healthier too because she's able to eat those healthy foods. But it was life-changing for her, for sure.
You make a good point there, because sometimes those fibrous foods are also the most nutritious. I mean, there's iron in steak that you need.
Yes.
There's all the vegetables, the crunchy vegetables, the
carrots,
apples, the fruits,
salads. Actually, had a patient the other day, and he came in, and he had actually lost weight, because a lot of people, when I, you know, do these snap-in dentures, they gain weight because they're able to eat more food. But he's like, I am eating salads now, and he's like, I have not eaten a salad in years, because he just was never able to chew. And so he was like, I'm just so much healthier, and he was so happy.
All right, so be like Teresa. We had a question. Someone called, and they didn't want to go on the air, but they were curious about where you're located on Dixie Highway. So give us some parameters. Here in Louisville, we'll say, well, I'm close to this.
Yes, that's a great question. So we are on Dixie Highway, pretty much across from Valley High School, if you're familiar with that. We are closer to the Gene Snyder. If you get off on the Gene Snyder, we're like 3 stoplights down. And I will not lie, we are kind of hard to find. We are tucked in behind another business, but keep looking for us, and we're right across from Valley High School, close to the Gene Snyder. And I know a lot of people, you know, Louisville's a big place, but it is worth the drive, even if you live on the other side of town, you know, to come check us out.
Yeah, and sometimes also another one of the pushbacks is, if they're talking about this, they're going, hey, you know what, I'm not a candidate. You know, I've got diabetes, or I have some medical issues, but because it's so non-invasive, there's not, is there any condition where you can't?
It's pretty rare that I have to tell somebody they're not a candidate because of their medical history, because you're right, it's so minimally invasive. You know, medical history, we've done them on diabetics. You know, people that have had cancer, you know, just periodontal disease is another thing. Blood thinners. I don't have to take people off blood thinners because it is so minimally invasive. So you're right. A lot of people that were told they weren't candidates or might not be successful, these mini implants, because they're so minimally invasive, can definitely work for them.
571-5263 if you have a question. Find out if you or a loved one is a candidate. If you would, tell them exactly how it works. There's really 2 methods, and one of them is the snap-in denture method, and the other is just like having your permanent teeth. You always say it's your 3rd set of teeth, right?
Yes, I say it's your 3rd set of teeth. So yeah, I have a model of that today. Unfortunately, I left my snap-in denture model at the office.
That's okay.
But I can kind of explain that. But we'll start with, this is what we kind of call the permanent teeth. You know, so imagine this is your mouth without teeth. And these are the mini dental implants. Like I said, they're just a smaller diameter implant. And like you said, when I place these, I'm just numbing up the gum, little local anesthetic. I do not have to make any incisions or stitches, very minimally invasive. And then with the permanent teeth, we are able to make just a bridge of teeth. So you lose all the bulkiness of the denture.
There's no plastic.
No plastic. This will cement onto those implants, and then it's permanently in your mouth. You know, you're going to brush it like you normally brush your teeth. We give you a water pick to kind of keep the edges clean here. But there's nothing on the roof of your mouth anymore.
You taste everything.
Taste your food more. And like I said, it's just, you know, it feels like your regular teeth. You know, no bulkiness of the denture, and it's permanently fixed. And this is definitely the nicest thing we do for people. It's just such a great option, and you know, and usually about a lot less expensive than, say, if you're familiar with the all-on-4 and things like that.
Okay, so. Yeah, and because it is less expensive, because it is affordable too, I bet you hear this comment often. I wish I would have done it earlier, because they spend years, you know, covering up their mouth. They're being self-conscious. Maybe they're missing a tooth or two, and it's like, let's make that difference this year. No more procrastinating, right?
No more. New Year's resolution. And like you said, people say, I wish a lot of it's fear. I know nobody likes going to the dentist. I get that. But you know, like I placed 4 implants this morning on a patient, and he was like, that's it? And I was like, that's it. He's like, wow. He's like, that is so much easier than a root canal. I've had people tell me easier than a filling. I know it's hard, you know, mentally in our heads. We make it worse in our heads, but it really is an easy procedure.
Yeah, perhaps 20 years ago you were told, you know, okay, you're going to have this bone grafting, you're going to have to do this. She needs very little bone.
Yeah.
And you can get this. And how often is it when someone doesn't have enough bone? That's rare as well.
It's pretty rare that I have to tell somebody they're not a candidate because they don't have enough bone. I can kind of show this model real quick because it speaks volumes on the amount of bone. I don't know if you can focus in.
With the old method, it's easy to see.
Yes. So the old method is the big hole. When I place a mini implant, it is that small hole right there that I'm making.
Barely see.
Yeah, so you can see. I always say I don't have to have a lot of bone. I just have to have some bone to be able to place an implant because you can just see the difference. And it's also a lot less healing time because we're not making as big of a hole essentially into the jaw, and it heals up a lot faster than the old method. So a lot of people that were told they weren't candidates even years ago. They come to me and I'm able to help them out with the mini implants.
Fantastic. Okay, this may be your answer. Freedom Mini Dental Implants. If you have a question for Dr. Regan Ackerman, 571-5263. We'll take a break and we'll be back again, smiling for the holidays, eating the foods that you love with Freedom Mini Dental Implants.
Watch Nightly News with Lester Holt tonight at 6:30 for important stories happening around the world. Then stick around for Wave 3 News at 7 with Don G and David Mattingly for in-depth local coverage of what's happening right here at home.
Get in the circle.
A new network invites you into the circle. Country plays here.
Join me in the circle.
A new network coming January 1st.
Circle, coming soon to Channel 3.3.
Thinking that an online pill is going to fix a serious medical condition like erectile dysfunction? Think again. Without side effects, the blue pill is only effective in 30% of men. What about the rest of us? The Louisville Men's Clinic Network has successfully treated over 20,000 men with a 97% success rate. Call the Louisville Men's Clinic, 444-4000, and meet with a licensed physician to get your ED fixed. 444-4000 or LouisvilleMen'sClinic.com.
Get up and go now, so you can go tonight.
First impressions are important. Freedom Mini Dental Implants for the holiday season. As Dr. Ackerman said, okay, here comes a new year. It's time for a new you to feel confident about yourself, to eat the foods that you love. There's a lot of nutritious foods out there that you've been avoiding. All right, 571-5263. Let's talk a little bit, Dr. Ackerman, about the old method. People, maybe you're not familiar with the old method was extensive.
It was a lot of surgery, incisions, a lot more healing time. I mean, to replace a single tooth sometimes with the old method, it could take up to a year and a half, start to finish. And a lot of times you get referred to a surgeon, then you go back to a dentist, and then you go back, a lot of back and forth and things like that. When we do the snap-in denture, the day I place the implants, the patient leaves with the denture snapped on to the implants that day. Yes.
Done.
Yeah, done. So a lot less healing time, less appointments, and and we replace, we can do just one tooth, 2 or 3 teeth. It doesn't have to be a denture. We help a lot of people that are missing their molars in the back. They can't chew anymore, or had trauma and lost a couple teeth in the front. We help them out as well.
A couple of viewers were asking about, okay, how long do they last as compared to the old method? Because you're probably like me, if you're watching, you're going, okay, what's the advantage of the old way?
Yeah.
There's zero.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, studies have shown now that they last and they're just as strong as the surgical ones. Like anything, technology advances with time. So, these have been around for 20 plus years and the technology has advanced. And it's kind of funny because the surgical ones now are starting to get smaller and kind of close to the mini dental implant. So yeah, but they last, just as long as a surgical implant can.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of oral surgeons who don't like you too much because you cut to the chase. It's like, I can do this in my office a lot less expensively and a lot less invasively, so why not? Yeah, there's really no pushback. There's no red flags about Freedom Mini Dental Implants. 571-5263. We're having quite a few questions on. And it's hard without you giving a consultation, but a lot of questions on cost.
Yep.
So if you can give me like an approximate, because everyone's different, right?
Right. It's hard because everyone's situation is different. But kind of a good gauge is I tell people, to replace a single tooth, usually with a surgical implant, can be about $4,000 to $5,000 start to finish. And the mini implant is about half of that cost. That includes the implant and the crown. And that's one thing to make sure people are comparing kind of apples to apples, because a lot of times they get a quote for a surgical implant, and it's just the implant. It doesn't include going to get your crown, or there's another piece called an abutment and all kinds of things. But the mini implant is usually about half the cost, for a single tooth. So yeah, and like I said, it's just hard to tell unless you come in for a consult and let me take a look and give you an estimate, a cost and everything.
Now, obviously, I love the third set of teeth that you were talking about, and the porcelain teeth with no plastic whatsoever. But with the snap-in dentures, when you do that, cost-wise, I mean, it's a real savings, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
And no glue, right?
The snap-in denture is definitely kind of the most affordable thing we do. So it is probably the most common thing we do, but you get rid of the denture glue. It is still significantly better than just having a regular denture, because that denture will snap in. You're going to wear it 24/7. You're going to sleep in it. You will just be able to snap it out once a day and be able to rinse and clean with it. But it's significantly, better and an improvement than just a regular denture. Biggest thing, no glue. That glue is miserable, and you've got the confidence and security to know your denture is not going to flop out. I mean, I've heard so many stories. Somebody, you sneeze, or even somebody was running a marathon and they were trying to, get water at the water station. Their denture came out and was, flopping down the, the road. So, with a snap-in denture, that's not going to happen. And so it's a great option for people. And it's the same process, putting the mini implants in, no incisions. Like I said, the day we put the implants in, you'll leave with your denture snapped in.
Okay, so I'm looking for people that are unhappy with what you do. So I named the oral surgeons. You're putting them out of business. What about the manufacturer for, and I shouldn't mention any names here, Polygrip, for denture glue companies? They're probably not liking you either too much.
No, they don't. And it's funny because patients are like, I spend so much money on those tubes of glue. I mean, it adds up. It really does. And they're just so happy they don't have to carry that around all day and worry about that.
Okay, so now let's be honest with folks. Business is good. So you are booked up through the first of the year. So when we say New Year's resolution, but make the appointment now.
Definitely call and make the appointment. So, and I'd love to see you in the new year for your, New Year's resolution, get your smile back and get chewing again, and, be able to eat what you want to eat.
Yeah, we talk about this often, but I think it's always interesting is, okay, so I know we talk about how every patient is unique, but also their taste buds are unique. What foods do you find people miss the most if they can't eat with their dentures and the glue and they get loose? So what's the most common?
I feel like with guys, it's always peanuts and steak. Those are kind of the two most common. And women, it's salads, carrots. I have one patient, I think I've told you this before, but she was, a cracker. She was like, I heard the crunch of a cracker again, and it was the most fantastic noise I've heard in years.
Fantastic. Yeah, the little things mean something.
It really does. The things we take for granted every day.
All right, let's go to the phones and chat with you. Sandra, thank you for watching and thank you for calling. You have a question for Dr. Ackerman?
Yes. Hello, how you doing?
Hi, good.
And happy holidays to you all.
Thank you. You too.
You as well.
Thank you. What I was calling for, I just heard you talking about you can wear the implants 24/7, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days a week, and just take them out and rinse them off and pop them back in.
You got it. You heard me correctly.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so my question is, when you pop them out, and you do it probably every other day, or however many times you might want to do it, to rinse them off, doesn't that loosen up the teeth?
No, it does not.
Not for the snap-in denture.
Yeah, not for the snap-in denture. And I don't have my model today, but the attachments are inside the denture. So when you take the denture out, the implants are in your gums, and then you'll take the denture out, be able to rinse and clean and snap it right back in. But it does not loosen, anything up. The denture snaps right back in nice and tight. But that, you do wear them 24/7. You sleep in them, kind of protect the implants at night. But it will not loosen anything up. So I definitely invite you to come to the consult, because I can show you the model exactly and how it works.
Okay.
Yeah, good question.
Okay, so one more thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so with me having a plate at the top, and I do know that I'm going to have a few more teeth pulled out from the bottom.
Yes.
So my top plate has golds on them. Will I be able to replace the gold on the implant?
If you have a tooth that has like a gold tooth or a gold frame around it, we can do that. I work with a fantastic dental lab, and I have done it for patients before. And yes, we want you to keep the same smile. If you like your smile, we can do that for sure.
Thank you for the call.
Yep.
And to be clear, she was talking about the snap-in dentures, but with the permanent teeth, you never take them out. She was talking about taking them out and rinsing. With permanent teeth,
with the permanent teeth, those stay in. Yeah, you're going to brush them like you normally brush your teeth. Like you said, we give you a water pick to, keep them clean. But the permanent teeth are cemented onto those implants, and they do not come in and out. Those stay in.
All right, if you have a question, again, 571-5263. Maybe you're a candidate. Well, you probably are. In fact, it would be unlikely that you are not. But Freedom Mini Dental Implants, 571-5263. We'll take a quick break, and we shall return. Happy holidays from Wave 3 Listens Live.
Age, suffering.
You know who really loves fresh food? Amateur chefs, stay-at-home parents, salad lovers, barbecuers, smorgasborders, hors d'oeuvres, fondue and flambeurs, midnight snackers, brown baggers, bakers, and throw it in the microwavers. At Kroger, you can get all the fresh you want at a great price with delivery and free pickup, because we believe in fresh for everyone.
A message about disability benefits.
I got sick one day. I had a good life. I filed a claim with my work for disability insurance. I got this thick packet of legal forms. A car was parked down the street watching my house. And then the calls started. Can somebody stop this circus? They're a big insurance company, and I'm just me.
Let me take that call for you. Call me now. No, really. Call me now.
Call 888-587-0228. Call now.
On July 14, 2019, at approximately 3 a.m., police responded to 301 Simmons Court on a report of a shooting, and upon arrival, officers located Mr. Sean Bush, 39 years of age, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was transported to University Hospital, where he died as a result of his injuries. Your assistance is needed in helping solve this crime.
Call Kentucky and Crime Stoppers, 582-CLUE, 582-2583. It's your call.
Freedom Mini Dental Implants. Dr. Regan Ackerman is here, and once again, they are located on Dixie Hwy. The consultation is absolutely free. We do get a lot of questions about cost, and we certainly understand that because of budget, but I'm telling you, it's about half of what you've probably been told it's going to cost you, about half. And I think it's important to point out that you do have financing available, right?
Yes, we have financing plans that, we work with people. Some of them can go up to 2 years with no interest, so that's a great option. And once again, at the consult, we can, go over that and show you the payment plans and help you apply and see, see what you qualify for. So it's definitely worth coming in, even if you think it may be out of reach for you. We've helped a lot of people out with the financing plans.
All righty, let's grab a call here and talk to Lisa. Lisa, welcome in. You have a question for Dr. Ackerman?
I do.
Hello.
Hey, Dr. Ackerman. I've been wearing, the old-fashioned dentures for like 30 years.
Yes.
And in the top one, there's like 4 teeth off to the right. The one next to the first front tooth.
Okay.
Then that one, and then the bicuspid, and the one next to it. It's floppy, the gum is.
Okay. Oh, so as far as you're just wondering if you're still going to be a candidate because it's been so long? Yeah. So when you come in for the consult, when we take an x-ray, it's a 3D x-ray. So it is going to show me if you still have enough bone. But I will tell you, I have seen, several patients in your situation. I know exactly one patient comes to mind. She had dentures for 30 years, and we were able to do these permanent teeth, top and bottom, for her. And it was life-changing for her. So, you never know if you're a candidate unless you come in for the consult and let me get that 3D x-ray, but you could still be a candidate for sure.
Thank you for the call. It must be so rewarding, though. These people who've been doing this their whole lives are going, oh, I'll be right back, go to the restroom and put in some more glue. And then when they come to you and they go, that was easy and it didn't hurt and it's less expensive. I mean, it feels pretty good.
And patients become like family members, you know. It's so rewarding. It really is. And like you said, you know, I get a lot of hugs and, you know, sometimes there's tears of joy, and it's really rewarding to see.
You mentioned the x-rays. Are those expensive? I'm just hitting every angle here.
So, I mean, they're free for the consult. We don't charge patients because I want to have all the information. But I will tell you, if you go to other offices, it's like a $300 x-ray. So, yeah, but we do it no charge because I want to make sure, you know, they're a candidate and, you know, check the bone and everything.
Fantastic.
So,
All right. Before we go here, I want to take a look at Teresa again, side by side. So if you're a little apprehensive, you're going, should I? That should convince you. Look how much younger. And I'm telling you, that after picture, that looks like a really genuine, like, I feel good about myself smile.
Yes,
you know?
yeah. So such a great patient. So you're exactly right. She got her confidence back.
That's right. Self-image is, I'm telling you what, it's so important. Again, make a difference. Maybe it's you, it's a loved one, you're tired of the denture glue. Perhaps you're missing a tooth or two. They can help you with that as well. Freedom Mini Dental Implants. Let's put the information up on the screen again one more time there. Free consultations, right, Doc?
Free consultations. Yep. Come see me for the new year. Make it your New Year's resolution.
You got it. All right. We'll take a little break, and then we'll put a bow on this show on Wave 3 Listens Live. We'll be right back.
I'm Jon Ramsey, and I'm an actual client of Sam Aguiar Injury Lawyers. I knew I needed an attorney when I was just in really bad pain, and I was unsure if the guy had insurance or not. As soon as I called Sam Aguiar, they were right on it. Sam Aguiar took great care of me. What made me choose Sam was his reputation. They took care of everything, and they made it very stress-free for me.
Lights under Louisville at the Louisville Mega Cavern. Over 3 million points of light. New this year, the Christmas Express takes guests on a 30-minute daytime panoramic view of the lights from an open-top trailer. Pretty cool. Bring a new toy for Southeast Christian Church missions through December 15th for $5 off admission. Be the third caller right now, and we'll give you some tickets. 888-800-9283. You'll receive a free pass to Lights Under Louisville. Okay, Dr. Ackerman, Freedom Mini Dental Implants. Anything else that you'd like to tell our audience? Because I tell you what, I think everyone knows someone who has this issue.
Yes, you know, there's a lot. Everyone has a family member that's probably struggling with this, whether or not they tell you or not. And, you know, please just get them to come in for a consult. I know a lot of people put it off because they're nervous or scared. You know, make it your New Year's resolution to come in for the consult and let me see if I can help you out.
Yep, life-changing. You'll be the one in the picture that said, who has that beautiful smile? Oh, it's you. No more dentures. Thank you so much for watching today. Really appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow for the Thursday edition of Wave 3 Listens Live. Have a good one.
You know when you're at